Over the introductions, I'm Kevin Laporte, writer from Mobile, Alabama.
I'm Amanda Rachel, artist from Magnolia Springs, Alabama.
We're here today promoting our books. We've got Clown Town, that's a self-published book. It's our take on killer clowns as avengers of abused children. We wanted to take the concept of killer clowns, this primordial fear that people have of clowns, kind of turn it on its ear. And so our clowns avenge abused children. They're the heroes of the story. They're still creepy, they're still violent, but they're more the good guys.
The book, that was published through Arcana. I drew that one, the writer is Eric Hendricks. It's about a group of friends traveling through Europe looking for a book of DIY experiences. And when they find it, there have been pages put in by some very, very bad people, and bad things happen to them as a result. we were in a little contest called Small Press Idol, and the concept was to start a comic from a sketch cover. So you start with a cover sketch and you worked it up to a 12-page full story. And we ended up coming in second in that competition, but we decided after the 12 pages that we wanted to keep going and finish this story, so it ended up stretching out into 4 issues.
We didn't get great reviews from the judges, although 2 of them we keep in contact with and I consider friends. One of them wrote this book that Amanda drew. But I think we needed the criticism at the time. We went back and changed some things, made it much better, and we would do the collected edition. We went back and changed so much more that we had learned since then. So it was necessary. I think we were, we had a pretty thick skin at the time. We took the constructive part of it out of it and left the rest there and got better for it.
We did a Kickstarter variant cover like this one, like the standard cover, but with the different characters and the supporters.
It's all the fans.
Yeah. So we had a fire breather, an escape artist who's in a tank of water.
Show you in the back of the book. We've got pictures of all our supporters drawn as clowns. This was part of the Kickstarter, and I forget how many we've got. I think we've got 50 to 75 pieces of art, original art that Amanda did just for those people. And so it really galvanized those folks through 4 consecutive Kickstarter campaigns to fund this book. Over $10,000 all told. We would have done it anyway, but there's no way we would have gotten it published, even self-published, the way that we did through Kickstarter without those folks. They're immortalized. It's just really worked out. Clown Town's really a blessing. A horrible, scary blessing.
We've got a couple things. Right now on Kickstarter, we're doing one called Flesh of White. Working with another writer, Erica Heflin, who we met through Kickstarter. And Flesh of White is the one, it's met its goal already, but we're still pushing it. It's a story about a mother and her child in Tanzania. The baby is born with albinism, and there's a situation over there that's a real life situation where people afflicted with albinism are hunted in some cases. And so our story is based on that, and it's the mother trying to protect her baby from a witch doctor. And then we're doing a Shakespeare adaptation
of Titus Andronicus. But we're staging it. It's going to be the same exact dialogue that Shakespeare wrote, but we're staging it in like a sort of a sci-fi fantasy setting. It's just a little hard to describe off the cuff. It just sounds crazy, but I don't know what to compare it to.
Shakespeare, dinosaurs.
There you go. I am launching another Kickstarter next month with an artist named Sean Harbin out of Knoxville called Roadkill du Jour. It's a revenge fable about a biker who's had his entire gang wiped out by this witch, and she's cursed him that he can't eat anything but what dies on the road. And so he's going back after her to reclaim his gang, to reclaim his dead wife, and to get revenge. There'll be more about that on our website coming out just probably as soon as next week. Really proud of it. It's a lot of fun.
That sounds awesome.
Meet your deadlines, set them and stick to it.
That's the best advice, really, because so many people we know that do this and they don't finish it, or they do one thing and don't do anything else. And what we found is if you do something, you finish it, and people like it, they'll follow you to the next thing, and it does grow. You do get more people that follow what you do next. I mean, this is testament to it. We set this goal twice what we set any of the other ones, except for the one for the full book, and it met the goal in about 10% of the time. And that's just networking. That's getting this book out there, coming to comic shops like this, going to cons big and small, meeting people, keeping in touch with them via social media, different things like that, and updating our site. staying active, posting art, even if it's just a concept. Stay in front of the people that want to see what you're doing.
The coolest thing to me personally was we had a guy in Philadelphia buy the book, and he loved it, and he got one of the clowns tattooed up his arm. So I did a little happy dance. My work is tattooed on something. Cool.
Was it that picture that he had tattooed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that picture tattooed on his arm, posted on the Facebook page. It's been a lot of fun. We've met a lot of cool people, made a lot of good friends doing this book, and scared a lot of grown men from never coming to our table again with our banners. And just have one of the clowns on it, they'll just turn and walk away. Their kids will be like, "Hey, Daddy," no.
And the first time I came through, I wanted to come to Ask Our Zombies, but it was a Sunday and it was closed, and I was very sad. But I went to Comic-Con and I got happy. But this time, I love it. I haven't had a chance to run through here and look, but my eyes are very, very big. It's everything it could be, and I love the name. I think that was what attracted us to it to begin with.
Yes. This is my first time in Albuquerque. Love the city. We spent some time driving around this morning, getting the lay of the land. Love the shop. So well organized. You can find anything you want immediately. Absolutely upper crust as far as comic shops go. No doubt about it.
This was a weird solicit.